Hello, everyone. This is Talk Time with Cynthia. Um, I'm coming today. I want to speak on raising a child on your own and how to set some things in place so it's not so difficult. You're gonna have moments of difficulties, but if you structure and put things in place, uh, it'll be better for you and the child. Okay, so first of all, um, situations that place you in, put you in a place where you have to raise your child on your own. It could be separation, divorce. It could even be death. Um, but in any case, uh, you have to have structure so that the child don't suffer for whatever the situation is. So you have to put something in place, a structure in place for that. And the first thing I believe is you have to show love to the child, by saying, letting them know verbalize it, and then you spending time with them, whether it's reading or going outside playing, um, and just sometimes just sitting with them and just hearing them out, um, how they're feeling about the situation. Um, just make sure you keeping that connection with them, so that they don't feel like they lost anything, because you can put them in a situation where they feeling like they haven't lost anything. Yeah, both parents are not in the house or whatever like that, but still they can feel like, okay, that's y'all business, that it has nothing to do with them, because truly it doesn't have anything to do with them. They didn't set um things in place to happen the way that it did, and you have to make sure that child know that. And then also, you have to create a routine for them, especially like in the house, whether you get them responsibility um for their age, and not expecting them to become the other adult. Don't tell a 9-year-old kid, 17-year-old kid, that they're the man of the house, because then they're gonna feel like that they need to accept that responsibility. That's not fair to them. They still a child. Allow them to be a child as long as they are a child. You cannot try to lighten your load, in turn making their load heavier. So you have to always keep them out of the situation, and let them be a child. So give them responsibility, whereas washing dishes, taking out the garbage, washing their own clothes. You're teaching them how to use the washing machine or whatever. Just give them responsibility in the house, and you just set the rules so that they have their own um routine. Okay, whether it's mealtime to bedtime, just keep up the same routine. Just keep it going like normal. Keep up the normalcy for them as if things didn't change. You just keep it going, keep it going, keep the same routine going. The only difference it'll be is that other parent won't be around, but hopefully that parent won't like be around to the point that he's completely or she's completely out of the child's life. because then that could be proved to be catastrophic if the child is not handled properly. And then another thing is when you're a single parent, you're gonna have, like I said, the responsibility of the child, especially if the child is living with you. You're gonna have the full responsibility of the child. So what you have to do is make sure that you have time that you spend to yourself, so you're better equipped to deal with whatever happens, whatever difficulties come, because they will come, because now you're trying to do everything on your own. You got to take them to the doctor. You're making sure they got their schoolwork done. You're making sure that they're behaving the way they're supposed to behave. That you got them with their morals and they come on, with that you turning the right human being into the world. So, and that's gonna be all on you. The whole time that they with you, you're cooking, you're cleaning, and the other thing, pull them in the kitchen with you. Spend as much time as possible with them. Don't let them seem like that they in this by themselves alone. And like I said, communicate with them, allow them to share their feelings, and you could do that while cooking. Have a chore that you guys do together, so that just you always placing yourself in a space where they can talk whenever they need to. Because you want them to talk as much as possible, so you'll know where they are, because in these situations, kids from single parent home tend to go through depression excuse me, a lot more than kids in a two-parent home. So you have to always keep the lines of communication open, so that they don't feel like that they don't have nobody to talk to. Let them always know that, and no matter what the situation is, and just don't be judgmental or whatever, and just be open to whatever it is they gotta say. And because the less judgmental that you are, the more they'll come and they'll talk to you, because they know you're not going to put them down or make them feel some type of way. So, yeah, you have to be careful of that. And then you have to set limits. My dog is down here want to say, hey, come on, come on. You say hey to the peoples. Say, hey, peoples. Hey, peoples. Look, now she don't want to look at the camera. She want to come and kiss me in the mouth. We don't do that, though. But say, hey. Say, hey, peoples. Say, hey. Say, hey. So I just wanted to come say hey to my mama. I want to come say hey to my mama. Okay. Now go bye-bye. Hopefully she'll be done. But she's still up here looking. So, but yeah, so yeah, you have to set limits. Like I said, you get them the chores or whatever, and then when they show that they have responsibilities of the house, then like for instance, like and they TV time, we call it screen time. You have to make sure that like I said, you just have to set limits in your house, and just reiterate that things don't change since the other parent isn't there. That they still have to be respectful. Like I said, screen time, looking at TV, you can't stay up late and do whatever you want to do because you don't have the other parent there. And it depends on, because sometimes, I'm not saying, I don't want to point out boys too rough, but depending on if it's a woman and trying to raise up a man child, then you do have to set those limits and responsibility and being respectful and stuff like that. And you have to maintain your respect early, because you don't want to have a male child grow up and try to overpower the situation. But if you teach respect and also if they have a caregiver or whatever, you can have them to help to reiterate the fact that you still have to be responsible and do the things that you did do before things changed or whatever. So I don't know if I cleared that up or not, but that's what I think about that. And then as a single parent, like I said, you can't feel guilty about the divorce and feeling like you need to spoil the child or to overdo for the fact that the other parent isn't there. You still have to be a parent. You still have to get them set rules and things for them, and to ensure that they stay on track growing up. Because I mean it's hard to look at your child and see their face and see them suffering and missing the other parents, and then you want to just do more. You want to give them more food. You want to buy them more clothes. But like I said, keep the normal. Just keep it normal. A sense of normalcy. Don't try not to allow things to change too much. I know they're gonna change some, but try not to allow things to change too much for the child. Because I know, talking about being a widow, that was the one thing I wanted for my children. I didn't want it to seem different. I know that their father wasn't going to be there, but I just didn't want it different for them. I just want them to have the same routine, and it helps for them because they know, even though that one thing in their life changed, losing their parent or whatever, or their parent not being around, talking about a single parent, they knew that they were going to go to school. They knew that they were going to come and do a chore. They knew. So it was something in their life that wasn't going to change for them, and they need that stability in their life. So you just have to make sure you do that. And so the thing is that you can't feel guilty and just be like, well, since this is going, since I'm getting a divorce, or my husband passed or my wife passed, I'm just gonna cut them a break here, cut them a break there. I'm not saying don't cut them a break when it comes to allow them to feel whatever they feel and to be angry and to be upset. And you just let them know that even though things are rough right now, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better, and they allow their feelings, but at the same time, you have to let them know, okay, this ain't gonna change. You still gonna wash them clothes. You still gonna do your housework. You still gonna do things that keep you balanced. Now, I'm not saying you be so strict on it that if they're having a bad day, that they can't have a day where they're not doing this or they're not doing that. You gotta allow for that too. But I'm just saying, just keep some sense of normalcy for them. And then another thing, you have to make sure that you, as a parent, take care of yourself. You got to make sure you're exercising. You got to make sure you're eating right. You got to make sure you're getting plenty of rest. So when things come up, that you're better equipped to deal with it. Because if you're not getting the proper rest that you need, then it could be the most simple thing to make you fly off the handle and be angry about. Because the situation, depending on if you wasn't the one that initiated the divorce, or you wasn't the one or your partner passed and it was sudden and it wasn't expected, or even if it's expected, then that right there alone put you in a situation where uh you're not able to be equipped to deal with the minor things that come along. So but if you get the proper rest and you eat a proper diet and you get your exercise in and you're making sure that you're spending time, if you want to spend time alone by yourself, or if because sometimes, because me, I'm a loner and I love my time with me. Some people it's not like that. They like go out, spend time with friends or whatever, and bounce they troubles and problems off, and make sure you have somebody there that you can talk to, and that you can a shoulder that you can, somebody that you can depend on, a shoulder that you can cry on if you feel like you need to do that, or somebody that can help you make sense of what you're feeling and what you're going through. um and that's just time for you. Just make sure you make time for yourself. Yeah, you have to make sure the child is okay. You got to make sure the child is mentally stable, but you have to make sure yourself, you also is mentally stable, so that you can be there for the child and raising the child properly, because you're doing this on your own. And you just have to make sure that you're just present, ready, able, and available. So and this is your new normal now. And like I said, you just make sure you just lean on others. You can it could be friends, it could be loved ones, and it could be a faith-based community. For those of you who are believers, I mean, going to church every Sunday, especially the parent, that helps a lot. Just get into your place where your spirit and your soul is being fed, so that you'll become a better person, even better than you are. Not saying that you're a bad person, but that you become a better person, so that you have morals and things that you can put into your child on a religious base. And if not, then just there's groups that you can go to, single parent groups that can help if you're not a religious person, and you can share with one another what made it easy. This made it easy for that person, and then something made it easy for another person. So it doesn't, you don't necessarily have to go to a faith-based community if that's not your thing. But just lean on others, and try not, you don't feel like you have to just carry the load on your own. And concerning getting a babysitter, so you could have time, of your own, and having friends look out, but don't depend on your new, like if you decide that you're dating, and don't depend on that new guy to watch after your kids, because you got to be careful who you have around your kids and looking after your kids, because the situations can arise that is unfavorable to the child. So, and you don't want to put them in harm's way, so you have to be careful. Just let it be somebody that you trust to watch your child, so that you can, like you say, that's a part of leaning on, so you can have that time you need by yourself. And then so you're gonna you just be positive, regardless of how you feeling and what you're going through and what the both of y'all going through. Just teach positiveness to the child, and you be positive, and just go through this whole thing positive. Always, regardless if it's a negative situation, always try to see the positiveness in the situation, and especially where the other parent is concerned. You can't be dogging the man out, or you can't be dogging the woman out, and telling the child, because one thing you got to understand, your child love you, but your child do love the other parent too. Okay, I mean, in the like I say, the situation varies. If it was that parent that was abusive or whatever, then it might be different. But then in that turn, you have to show your child if the parent was negative and abusive, you have to show your child other people in the communities, one of your relatives or people in the media, and a positive role model for that child, so that they don't look and say, look at it, a negative situation and say, well, all men are like that or all women are like that. All men are not like bad people. All women are bad people. We have positive role models in the community that we can point out to our child, so that they know that they can have a positive relationship with a male or female in the community or in life, so that they don't grow up looking at one's either sex side eye, whether it be, the father that was in the wrong or the mother that was in the wrong, that they can say, okay, this is an isolated incident, where they don't have to look at people as a whole, because so when they grow up and they decide to choose their mate, they're not feeling like, men ain't nothing, or women ain't nothing. They'll know that it was just that particular person that couldn't manage to be the person that God created them to be. So, and then it helped them also to grow up as amazing human beings, because their parent didn't sit up there and dog the other parent out. You cannot do that. I stress that. I stress that, because with me, even though um um there was some situations that wasn't positive, I always made sure my kids knew that their father was a great man, a great man. So I wasn't gonna sit and make them feel like that he wasn't, and excuse my French, that he wasn't shit, because that wasn't true. I mean, when you think about it, ain't none of us perfect. And the word of God say we all have fallen short to the glory of God. And then he said, there's nothing perfect but the Father. Okay, there's none perfect but the Father. So let's get off our soapboxes, get up off our pedestal, and realize that everybody make mistakes. And so, and then don't allow yourself to look like that perfect person in front of your child. If you need to cry, if you need to be upset, let them know that it's okay to cry. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to have moments of weakness, so that they become a well-rounded person. Because they're not walking around feeling like, okay, men don't cry. Okay, women are strong women. Yeah, we have moments of strength, but then we have moments of weaknesses. And let them know, like the Bible say, in my weakness, God is my strength. You have to reach to somebody. And to put it on this level, God being the strength, it could be you reaching out to a loved one, or you needing help from somebody outside of your family dynamic. They say your family is not that touchstone for you. Then it could be somebody that God sent in your life to help you to get through your trials. Because it's always, no matter what situation you're in, God always placed somebody there to prepare you to your next level, past your pain or past your success, or whatever you want to, whatever situation you in, God always placed somebody there. And we call it, as Christians, we call it a ram in the bush. That's what we call it. We call it a ram in the bush. So just know that even though being a single parent or raising a child on your own is challenges, it does have its rewards, and it's not gonna last always. And there's gonna be a time where you're gonna be able to look back and see the things you went through and how it made you stronger. So and just remember that. I always used to like to tell people, and I like to tell people, Just imagine that you're going through something, and the fact that you're going through something, meaning that there's another side to it. So remember, when you're going through, you're gonna come through it and out of it, and that's the deal. Okay. So anyway, it was so nice talking to you guys. I love you guys to pieces. Um, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. If you decided that you didn't like it and you want to give me a thumbs down, let me know why, so that I can improve on my video. And give you guys what you want. And if you don't let me know, then I'm not gonna know. Okay. So like I said, subscribe to my videos, give me thumbs up, um, share my videos with your friends if you're liking it. And I thank you guys so much for showing me the love that you showing me, for clicking on my video and seeing what I have to say and listening to my heart. And my heart is to share with you guys and help you guys to improve on your life as I improve on my own. I love you so much. I'll talk to you later.